but I want to believe. They laugh too loud, so it drowns their thoughts. Throw words like stones at everything you've got. See cracks at home, they carry them to school. Pretend they're kings, but they're running from the truth. You can steal my shine, you can name my world. Your hurt is yours to heal, it's not the weight of my world. You hate your own reflection, so you're aiming at mine. But I won't break, I won't bend, your bruises are my name this time. You mock my joy, 'cause you can't find yours. Rip things apart, 'cause your heart feels torn. You see my friends and wish that they were you. You see my peace and it reminds you what you You can steal my shine, you can name my word. Hey, your hurt is yours to heal, it's not the weight of my world. You hate your own reflection, so you're aiming at mine. But I won't break, I won't bend, your bruises are my name this time. I see the fear behind your eyes, the quiet nights you try to hide. I won't return what you throw at me. I'll keep my heart light, keep my spirit free. So free. You can steal my shine, you can name my worth. Your hurt is yours to heal, it's not the weight of my world. You hate your own reflection, so you're aiming at mine. But I won't break, I won't bend, your bruises are my name this time. I won't break, I won't bend, your darkness isn't touching my light. Candles drip on the parchment, ink runs wild like a flood. Old town sleepwalking past him while he wrote in code and blood. Star maps over his shoulder, wine glass staining it. Every line like a slow drum that only time could hear. Nostradamus, you wrote it in the dark, now the dark turns true. Every little line like it's pointing at the news. Nostradamus, pages catching up to the world I knew. Feels like I'm living in a vision you drew. heartbeat. Berries in a tin can, names carved into dead bark. Talking to the ravens just to hear an echo in the dark. I was a single in the pines, tiny light on 1,000 nights, calling out to whoever might find this shaking heart, this stubborn mind. I Heat in my chest, hands still shaking at the kitchen sink. Like the fire never left. Kept all my clothes in a plastic bag, just in case I had to run. Slept in the doorway with my shoes on